Hey everybody, what is going on? This is part 2 of my Sega CD collection. And I have a few more games that I want to show you for it. Now these ones in the back, I'll show you here, and I'm going to pull them out in a minute. You know what I mean? But I want to show you the ones I had that were on top of where I had my Sega Saturn in the games. And the first one here is Soul Feast. That is Soul Feast. This is a great shooter for the Sega CD. The thing good about this game is when I got this game, it actually came free inside the Sega CD box, because I have the original Sega CD, you know, the one that looks like a VCR, and I also have the one that hold on a minute, I'm going to actually show you it. Hold on a minute. And that's actually the other one I have. That's the 32X hooked up with the Sega Genesis 2, and then here is the other Sega CD I have. The other one I have put away. I'd rather preserve that one, and this is the one I use when I game on Sega Genesis or Sega CD. Now back to the games. Alright, back to the games. Now like I said, this came free in there with that, and this is a great shooter. I don't know how much it's gone for right now on Amazon, but I got this actually free, and I still actually play this game today. This one here is a little beat up. I got it at the I got this at the exchange. It is called Chub Rock. The case is pretty beat up, and I think I got it at the exchange a long time ago. It has no back, for about $3, because it just was, you know, it doesn't have no backing, and it just has the front of the booklet in there in the game. So I got a good deal on it for $3. You know I wasn't going to pass that up. Chub Rock was actually a cool game on the Sega Genesis also. Now let's get into the ones I have back here. Some of these games are beat up though, guys, and I got them really cheap. A lot of these games, when you got these games, some of them came with the top of the shell casing cracked or busted off. So that's what made them a little cheaper. You know what I mean? So let's get into it. Now this one here is complete. See how the case is cracked. It's True Video Productions by Sega. And it's actually it's a pretty decent game. It had I believe Corey Haim in this. Let's look on the back. If you can look there, I can't really focus in because of my lighting down here. But if you look, that's Corey Haim. May he rest in peace. You know, drugs. You know, they just got him. You know, but it's a digitized game, and it actually was pretty neat. I actually like these games. A lot of people hated these games, but I thought they were unique. You know, and it's actually a pretty cool game. It's not bad at all, but. Yeah, I got this for, I can't remember if it was $5, probably around $5 I got this game. Now another one here. You all know about this, Dragon's Lair. See that P on? That's what I mean. Some people put their initials on some of these games, but I have something that can actually get that off and not ruin the book. Just haven't had a chance to do it yet. But this is Dragon's Lair. You remember playing this game in the arcade. This actually was a pretty interesting game. A lot of people used to play. I think it used to be like $1.50 or $1 to even play this game. And it was hard as shit. You believe me, you lost your dollar real quick. But this is I believe, a collectible for the Sega CD. That's Dragon's Lair. Another one here that's pretty cool. True Video Productions again, Power Rangers, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's not bad, you know what I mean? It's one of those, like I said, those digitized games again, but I was really into these games, and I liked it. And I picked this up for a few dollars. A friend of mine you can actually burn Sega CDs. So he gave me a burn copy. So if I play it, I end up mostly using that. It's the same thing. It's just a burnt one. I don't use my original copies if I have burnt games for it. I know that's kind of bad, you know what I mean? But it's just so you can preserve your games most of the times, because it was easy to burn games for this system. Another one here is Rise of the Dragon. It's another cool game I got for the Sega CD. As you see here, it doesn't have a back, or it doesn't have a thing where you can see what the game is called. And I got this for a few dollars. This does take the value down in the game. And here's what it looks like here in the back. It's a little beat up, you know what I mean? But it's not a bad game, you know what I mean? I heard people talk about this game a little bit. See, it's chipped there a little bit. But at the time, I got these games for a few dollars, and I wasn't going to pass it up. The disc is in great condition. It's just the case isn't, and that's where Sega failed by making these cases. It was just a very bad decision to do that. 94 hockey. I'm not really into hockey that much on TV or sports, but I like to collect all games. This was $2. It's broke up at the top here, and then there's the back right there. Let's see. Jurassic Park on Sega CD. Not bad. That is complete. It's not a bad game. I can't remember the details in the game, but it was pretty decent for the time. You know what I mean? If you were into Jurassic Park, and I got that for about $5. All right, another one here is, let me put this one back. See, it won't even stand up. Yeah, you got to watch these. Is Flashback. A lot of people talk about Flashback. It was a great game. I believe it's also on the Sega Genesis, but for the Sega CD, it was more graphically better, more enhanced, you know. And it's a sought-after game. Some people really love this game, you know. And this case is also broken. And I got this for a few dollars. I think it was like about $4 or $5. This one seems to be okay. Yep. This is called Lone Star? This game is kind of hard. I couldn't figure it out. The case is a little cracked. I got it for about $5. But the guy that played in Gilligan's Island, the one that played Gilligan, he's actually in this game. And I believe that's him right there. But he's actually in this game. I was really shocked to see him in a video game, but, you know, what the hell, you know, maybe he needed the money or whatever, but, yeah, it's a hard game, and I still got to try to figure it out, but, yeah, that's Lone Star for the Sega CD. This is actually pretty good. Mighty Raiders. This is not a bad game. Again, it's one of those digitized game, all live video action. It's really not that bad. Now, I mean, some of the quality of the video is a little grainy, but you have to expect that for back then. It's not like today. You know what I mean? And it's really not a bad game. Like I told you before, I like games like this, and I got this also for a few bucks. It's made by True Video also. One of the great games ever, I believe, is Rage in the Cage on Sega CD, WWF, with all your great old school wrestlers on there, as you can see. All in there. You know, I don't like wrestling today. I just can't stand the wrestlers today. It's not like the old school wrestlers. They'll never be the same. But this was a pretty good game for the Sega CD, and it had really good quality graphics and sound. And it has all the great old wrestlers on there. This one I didn't get too much into. This is called Power Monger. If anybody knows anything about Power Monger by Electronic Arts, let me know. I tried this game out, and I think it's I don't know if it's like a strategy game, but I picked this up at a flea market for, like, this lady was selling stuff, random stuff. Like, she had mixed old, like, classical CDs, and I found this in one of her boxes, and she only charged me $2 for it. It's Power Monger. So, I tried it out, and I just couldn't get the hang of it. This one here is Stellar Fire. This is actually a pretty decent game for Sega CD. It's not bad. It's one of them, like almost like a 3D type shooter game, 3D dimensional realism. It's pretty cool. It's not bad. I picked that up on the cheap. Everybody knows this one. This is Echo the Dolphin for Sega CD. Not a bad game at all. Improved graphics and sound for at the time. But that's Ecco the Dolphin. It has 3D sound in it, which is it's pretty cool. I really like this game. This game here is Ground Zero, Texas. It's cheesy shooter. You like shoot these so-called like space invaders or space aliens. Like you can see one right there. Stop motion. You know, like it's actually it's unique. You know, and I really like it. It's not a bad game, and I picked that up on the cheap also. Another one here is Battle Corps. Now, Battle Corps is also not a bad game. On the Sega CD, it's another one of those ones where you're like, it looks like you're in a mech or something like that, and you go around shooting the enemies and stuff like that. It's by Time Warner Interactive. It's not bad, and I picked that up for around $6 or $7 a long time ago. And everybody knows this game. Made by True Video Again Productions, Tomcat Alley, all video action. The case is a little cracked, but people used to love this game. You know what I mean? It's okay. I don't love it, but there's people that actually really love this game. I think it's okay. You know what I mean? But I picked that up also for a couple bucks. Then we got a football game. Joe Montana NFL football. I got that for $2, and that's not bad. CD football. You know, there's your boy there, Joe Montana. You actually calls plays, I think, in the game. You know, so that was a couple bucks. I tried it out, and that wasn't bad. Now, this game here doesn't have a front, but it is, what is it? Lethal Enforcers 2. I got this for $1. Doesn't have a front. But there's the game right there. I'm going to actually try to find a case part for it. But the guy gave it to me for $1, and I wasn't going to pass that up. You know what I mean? So as long as the game plays, that's fine. If I find it on the cheap somewhere, I'll replace it. But I want to do that quick video, guys, about my Sega CD collection. I'm going to come back and do another video on my Sega Genesis collection later on in the week. Everybody have a good week. I hope you guys are enjoying everything you're playing. Remember, play games, not companies. All right? And also thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. And always thank you for appreciating the content I do. All right? Sega Man out. Peace. Xbox Addict for life.